So you join me back down at Linear Fisheries. I've been really busy recently, haven't really been able to get out much. I'm down for just a short session. I thought I only had 24 hours, possibly 32-ish, depending on how it goes on here, but been really busy at home, so I thought I'll treat myself and I'll use what little time I've got to drive up to Linear Fisheries. And I really wanted to get onto Brasenose 2 after being on Brasenose 1 last time for the last video. But I got here, said there was a few spaces on there on the website last night. I was pretty much first on the gate this morning in the overflow car waiting for it to open. Drove straight round to Brasenose 2 and there wasn't a single swim free, completely full again. And no one was leaving until possibly this evening at the earliest. They hadn't decided yet, so that was a complete no-go. So I was here already, so I thought I'd just pop round to Brasenose 1 and I found a swim. I think it's peg 37, there's no numbers down here that I can see, so there's a roundabout there if you look on a map. So I'm fishing at 20 wraps, out to the middle. I've got till lunchtime tomorrow. The weather is not great, annoyingly there's a big pressure drop tomorrow. We're currently at about 1019, something like that pressure, and it's dropping to like 990 tomorrow. Late afternoon, so weather will benefit from any of that this evening as it slowly starts to drop. Apparently it's fished really slow the last few days. I think people are picking off the off fish. Chap next to me had one on a zig last night, so fingers crossed. I've got all three rods out on one tight spot, and it is really tight this time. And yeah, they all went absolutely pucker this time. Sometimes, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't always result in a fish, but sometimes everything just goes right, you know. They're just all the rods, first time landed, bang on next to each other. I'm fishing to a tree marker in the distance and all three landed just next to each other in the space of that tree on the horizon. And just spotting went out perfectly, so I couldn't ask for the rods to be out any better. And so it's just down to carp gods now whether anything happens. I'm going to keep trickling bait in, probably a couple of spoms every hour I would have thought, maybe 2 or 3 spoms. Until something happens or we run out of time, one of the two. So fingers crossed something happens and we'll have something to show you soon. Alright, so sorry about the bad light, but that's kind of the reason why I'm talking now. I've been here about 2 hours now and the sun has just come out so hot. I mean, we're coming to the end of September and it's absolutely baking in the sun. It's got to be into the 20s, and I've seen a few fish cruising around on the surface. So I've swapped 2 of the rods over either side of the spot to zigs. I would swap all 3 over, but one of my adjustable zig floats is cracked, so I can't really use it. So I've left one on the bottom in the middle and then slightly wider either side. I've put an adjustable zig out either side. One of them's just about 4 or 5 inches under the surface, and the other one I've put about 2 foot under. And I'm just going to slowly adjust them down and just see if we can nick a bite that way, because there's definitely a few fish cruising around now, and with the high air pressure and this bright clear blue sky, it's looking bang on for some zigs. I'm going to keep spotting over the top, but I'm going to add a little bit more water to the mix and probably some more powder, some of that bag mix, just make a bit more of a sloppy mix, and hopefully that'll draw the fish in and be a bit like a sloppy zig mix over the top. And then for the night I'll have that bait there ready to go back onto the bottom if it's looking like that's the right option. fingers crossed the change works, and we'll talk to you in a bit, hopefully with a fish.
Number 15.
Alright, so it's been a real slog of a day. You can see I'm absolutely covered in sloppy spod mix. I've been trying to work the layers all day since I swapped over to the adjustable zigs. I've been adjusting them every 30-40 minutes, something like that, and every 15-30 minutes, something like that, I've been putting out just a spot or two of real sloppy spod mix over the top. No real big bits in it, just to try and draw those fish through the zigs. And I've been moving them around, trying different depths, different colours. I've really put a lot into it just for today, and it's been absolutely baking. The sun is absolutely killing. You can see I'm a weird colour. There's a real bright sunshine as it starts to set. Not a cloud in the sky still. Just can't believe the weather's been like this in mid-September. It's not what I was expecting. They're real rubbish fishing conditions, which is it's just such a shame that I've got to go in lunchtime tomorrow when the pressure drop goes. But when you work full time, you can't really pick when you go fishing, and I'm moving house at the moment, so I'm real short on time to get out on the bank, so I thought I'd try and make the most of it. But yeah, I've swapped back over to the bottom now for the night, where I've been feeding that sloppy mix where it sunk to the bottom. I've put 3 rods out over the top of it, put another 10 spods over the top, and we'll see what comes of it. It doesn't sound like there's been a lot out. I haven't heard anyone down this bank have anything. I've not seen anything opposite me on any of the swims. No one's had anything that I can see, so it's been real slow going. But you never know, night might bring a fish. Only takes a bite in here and you can have a real unit on your hands. So yeah, just going to sit back, enjoy the sunshine. I'm going to keep putting out spods every 30, maybe 40 minutes until it's pitch black, and see if that can tempt a bite, because I've just got to try and be a bit more active in the hours where people aren't really paying attention, because it's not looking great at the moment. So anything to try and nick a bite. But fingers crossed that something happens throughout the night, and we'll have fish to show you soon. If not, I'll talk to you in the morning. Alright, good morning. It's been a very slow night last night. Nothing happened, haven't had a single bleep since I've been here. It's just looked absolutely dead out here, other than those few fish cruising around through just under the surface yesterday. It's been really quiet down this end of the lake. I don't think a lot's come out. The people down to the left of me into that corner definitely haven't had anything. Yeah, so it's been real slow. I felt like I worked quite hard yesterday to try and nick a bite, and it didn't happen. When I woke up about 3 in the morning, got out, had a look, and there's a few fish showing real long down, right down into the deep end of the other end of the lake, and that whole end of the lake is stitched up for the next few days, so there's definitely not a chance that we move on to them, which is the frustrating thing with these day tickets. I mean, you turn up to a lake and there's a swim 1 or 2 pegs free, the chances of you landing on the fish are pretty slim, especially when it's moody like this and it's hard going. You really are up against it from the off. So yeah, I feel like I fished pretty well. I wouldn't change anything if I turned up in the same situation again, other than maybe go home and not bother when it's like this. But yeah, joking aside, that's how it goes. You can't always turn up, be on the fish and have a result. So I've always said these videos were going to be just generally about my fishing, me blanking, me catching, hopefully now and then. So yeah, we've still got a few hours till we've got to go. Slowly packing down now, just sorting a few things out, left the rods out on the bottom. Although it's got bright and it's clear skies again, I haven't seen the fish cruising around free on the surface, and with me going at lunch I don't feel it's worth swapping over and making a big disturbance out there. So you never know, might have a fish still, and if I do, I'll show you that at the end of this video, obviously. If not, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.